Y'all kill me. I don't know who worse. Y'all or Prison Bay. You know, the ones that are so focused on non-reality. Have y'all heard about that 16-year-old girl? Listen, let me read it. Because y'all don't seem to get it. When I tell y'all these young people are out here suffering emotionally, it's a real thing. We need to find new ways of supporting and understanding, because they ain't just going for their throats, they going for yours too. This is reality. I don't know why y'all think I'm out here playing when I'm bringing these stories. Shout out to Miss Gonzalez. If you haven't, I'm a tag her, follow her. She brought me this story, and this is worthy for the platform. A teenage girl allegedly fatally pow-pows her mother and wounded her mother's boyfriend until she ran out of bullets and used a knife on him. Julia Grace Egler, 16, was charged with 2 counts of first-degree unaliving after she admitted to unaliving the couple seconds after they arrived home, according to police. This information is from dailymail.co.uk. The alleged confessed unaliver then called 911 and made up a story about hiding in her room while an intruder ransacked the home and unalived the couple. See, I mean, the mind is nothing to play with. Haven't you ever heard with there's a thin line between love and hate? Y'all don't think that's a real thing? Listen, Callie McCollum, 41, which is Julia's mother, was dating Matthew Shreznock, who was 22, which that's the problem. You know, I know that a lot of y'all believe in being cougars and, you know, and get your Stella back on. But you got to remember, when you have children, you have a responsibility. And a lot of times when you dating these young people that's almost your kid's age, you know ain't nothing good gonna come out of that. But anyway, let's get back to the story. So Kelly and Matthew were found unalived at the Palm Bay, Florida home on July 6th. And Julia's story that she was telling when she called 911 quickly started unraveling. Julia eventually told detectives she unalived her mama and her mama's young boyfriend because she didn't like that her mother was dating a much younger man. Sometimes, you know, y'all got to understand this is real. The mental state of people, especially young people that are easily impressionable and, you know, still struggling to develop their identity, can't take a lot of this stuff that we don't consider. It ain't just about you when you got kids. I'm not speaking on the deceased specifically. I'm just saying in general. She didn't like that her mother was dating a much younger man and was not very accepting of her gender transition. Julia was transitioning, and this is according to the affidavit. Police say Julia Grace, 16, admitted to unaliving her mother, Kelly, 41, with her own gun at their home in Palm Bay, Florida. Lord have mercy. I don't know when y'all gonna start listening to me, because I'll keep bringing these stories and y'all just be worrying about, is my boyfriend dating another man while he in jail? Yeah, a lot of times, allegedly, if he doing 10 years, what you think? Anyway, this ain't about what I think. This is about what's going on with this situation here. Authorities said she explained that she stole her mother's gun and waited in the kitchen with it and a knife hidden in her pocket for them to arrive home about 10:30 p.m. Welcome home, she told them. How eerie is that? Before she allegedly opened fire on her mother with a .38 caliber revolver, pow-powing her several times until she was unalive. Police say Julia then turned the gun on Shezrock as he fled to the bathroom and begged for his life, but she repeatedly pow-powed him anyway. When the gun ran out of bullets, she allegedly took out to the kitchen and got a knife and began viciously him on the bathroom floor. Shrezrock mortality, wounded and in agony, essentially asking Julia to take him out of his misery. according to the affidavit. Julia walked back to her mother's room, loaded another round, and pow-powed him in the head to finish him off. She then allegedly staged the crime scene to look like a home invasion and called 911 at about 12:06 a.m., hysterically crying that her mother had been unalived. For real, y'all. When are we going to quit playing this game and realize mental health is at an all-time high? These young people are suffering. They ain't just taking themselves out. They are acting out, and they are unaliving some of you. Florida today, your city tomorrow.
Top story today, a teenager arrested for killing her own mother.
Police also say the 16-year-old shot and killed her mother's boyfriend at the same time. It happened Saturday night at a home along Bencher Road in Palm Bay. That's just north of Malabar Road. News 6's Laverne McGee has been following this story. She has the latest.
Earlier today, we obtained the police report, which reveals very chilling details.
When they're passing by, they're always waving to everybody. So it's just like what I said, it's just shocking that, things happen to good people.
Rosalinda Canina told us she's having a hard time dealing with the fact that her neighbors here on Bencher Road in Palm Bay were victims of a horrible crime. 38-year-old Kelly McCollum and 22-year-old Matthew Snedrock were found dead by police just after midnight on July 7th. They were responding to a 911 call about a break-in, but ended up arresting the woman's daughter. 16-year-old Julia Egler is accused of shooting and killing her mother and her mother's boyfriend before police say she placed a phony 911 call for help. News 6 is choosing to name the teen due to the nature of the crime and the charges she faces. Egler faces 2 counts of first-degree murder, accused of using her mother's .38 Special to commit the crime. The report says Egler claimed an intruder had broken into their home, but then ended up confessing she had committed the crime. The report also says, quote, Julia was not happy with the fact that Kelly was not very accepting of her transition, and she also did not like that Kelly was dating Matthew, who was 22 years old, end quote. People in the neighborhood are trying to deal with this tragedy.
It's horrible. I mean, I don't know the details. It's just shocking to know that that kind of violence happens, especially with a young person in this neighborhood. And I just hope that everybody, is okay.
Laverne McGee, Getting Results, News 6.